São Paulo, Brazil. A botched motorcycle robbery spiraled into an almost comical showdown after a quick-thinking woman outsmarted three would-be thieves. The suspects closed in on her motorcycle, convinced they could escape with it in seconds. But they didn't realize the most crucial component was missing: the smart key fob, safely hidden in the woman's pocket. Without the sensor, the high-end bike was nothing more than a dead machine. As the robbers cluelessly fought with the ignition, the woman broke free and ran to safety. Moments later, in a shocking display of nerve, she returned to confront the trio, leaving witnesses stunned at her fearlessness. São Paulo, Brazil. A street in the city turned into a crime scene caught on security camera when a motorcyclist was ambushed by two armed men in a sudden, violent attack. The robbers grew suspicious after noticing a strange bulge under the victim's jacket, fearing it might be a weapon. In a twist worthy of dark irony, the object was nothing more than a birthday present. As the thieves attempted to flee, the situation unraveled. One of the robbers lost control of a large displacement motorcycle, crashing to the ground and dropping his gun. Sensing a split-second opportunity, the victim seized the weapon and fought back, struggling with the fallen assailant. During the scuffle, the robber was shot in the leg, instantly ending the attempted escape. Now wounded and terrified, he began begging for mercy, pleading for his life. But the victim refused to shoot an already downed attacker, and instead held his ground until police arrived. In the Monte Rico urban area of Chiclayano district, La Victoria, two motorcycle-riding criminals snatched a woman's cell phone as she walked down the street. But their escape did not go as planned. Seconds after the robbery, a pickup truck driver swung into action, ramming the thieves and sending both men crashing onto the sidewalk. Dazed but still mobile, the pair managed to scramble back to their feet and flee before police arrived. The shaken victim later approached the pickup driver to offer her thanks for the unexpected act of intervention. A violent street robbery erupted in São Paulo when a woman was suddenly ambushed while walking alongside a man. Footage from the Smart Sampa surveillance network captured the exact moment the attacker rushed in, striking the victim and placing her in a chokehold as he tried to steal her belongings. The assault escalated within seconds, a chaotic struggle unfolding in full view of the city's monitoring system. But technology intervened before the attacker could escape. An automated alert from the Smart Sampa network triggered a rapid response, sending traffic agents, CT, and the City Civil Guard, GCM, racing to the location. Arriving officers pulled the robber off the woman, stopping the assault and preventing him from fleeing with her possessions. Authorities later praised the efficiency of the Smart Sampa camera system and the swift, decisive intervention by responding officers, crediting both with preventing the robbery from turning into something far worse. The suspect is now in custody as investigators continue to examine the case. A tense robbery took a startling turn when a quick-thinking mother intervened with an unexpected weapon: her Pitbull. Security footage shows a family being attacked during an attempted carjacking when a passerby sprinted toward the scene, dog in tow. Without hesitation, she released the Pitbull, sending it charging straight at the assailants. The reaction was instant. The thieves, visibly terrified, abandoned the robbery and bolted in every direction, scrambling to escape the lunging dog. Her fast action ended the attack and allowed the targeted family to retreat safely. Authorities praised the woman's courage, calling her intervention both risky and remarkably effective. A robbery in progress, stopped by a mother's instinct and a dog's fearsome presence. São Paulo, Brazil. Police have taken down a dangerous motorcycle theft ring that had been terrorizing riders across the city. 5 suspects were arrested, including 20-year-old Mateus Costa Silva, known on the streets as Tezoka, a criminal with at least 20 prior offenses involving theft, robbery, and illegal weapons possession. Investigators released footage showing Mateus carrying out an armed motorcycle robbery, leveling a gun at his victims before fleeing on stolen bikes. But the crackdown didn't end with him. Police confirmed that his girlfriend was also taken into custody, accused of helping launder the gang's profits by receiving payments for the stolen motorcycles. During the operation, officers executed 21 search warrants, seizing firearms and uncovering large quantities of stolen motorcycle parts inside 4 auto parts shops around São Paulo. Many components are believed to have come from bikes stripped and resold on the black market. Personnel from the Municipal Community Care Program once again demonstrated their effective emergency response, coming to the aid of residents in San Isidro. Thanks to the sharp coordination between patrol units and the district's surveillance cameras, authorities arrested a 17-year-old suspect who had been pretending to be armed while robbing pedestrians and motorists. The incident unfolded last Wednesday afternoon. Operators monitoring the municipality's security cameras detected the young man's modus operandi, triggering a radio alert. The suspect was spotted near the intersection of Paraná and Colectora Panamericana in Martinez. Municipal Patrol Vehicle Number 38, commanded by Lieutenant Claudia Elena Vicentan and driven by Traffic Inspector Maximiliano Lopez, arrived within moments. They found the suspect standing beside a black pickup truck stopped under the Panamericana Bridge. As officers moved in, the teen had half his body inside the vehicle, apparently attempting yet another robbery, while the driver was visibly in a state of panic. The operation ended with the arrest of the 18-year-old, a resident of El Talar de Pacheco in the Tigre district. During the search, a couple approached officers to report that they too had just been robbed by the same individual. They explained that while driving along Colectora, the teen had confronted them at a traffic light near Paraná, claiming to have a gun hidden under his clothing and forcing the driver to hand over his Samsung cell phone. A swift intervention, and another example of how San Isidro's surveillance and rapid response teams continue to prevent violent crimes on its streets. An attempted armed robbery was dramatically foiled when 2 family dogs leapt to their owner's defense. The incident began as an elderly man returned home and stopped at his front gate. In that moment, 2 armed criminals suddenly attacked, pointing a gun at his face and dragging him out of his car. Their target was clear: the vehicle and any valuables he carried. Inside the house, the man's granddaughter witnessed the assault and reacted instantly. Without hesitation, she gave a command to the family dogs, a crucial decision that changed everything. Within seconds, the 2 dogs charged at the attackers, barking fiercely and biting the assailants as they tried to wrestle control of the situation. Caught off guard and overwhelmed by the dogs' aggression, the robbers panicked and fled, abandoning the robbery attempt entirely. Thanks to the granddaughter's quick thinking and the dog's fearless intervention, the elderly man escaped unharmed. A robbery attempt at a Houston hotel ended abruptly when a quick-thinking clerk turned the tables on an armed intruder. Surveillance footage released by the Houston Police Department shows a man armed with a rifle leaping over the hotel counter and demanding that the employee open the cash safe. Complying calmly, the clerk unlocked the safe as ordered, But the robber failed to notice a critical detail. The employee had a hidden handgun just out of the camera's view. The moment the clerk drew the firearm and aimed it at him, the would-be robber panicked and bolted, sprinting out of the hotel without taking anything. The incident highlights how the hotel employee successfully defended himself against an armed threat, ending the confrontation without a single shot fired. A routine cash transfer almost turned deadly when a bank security guard was ambushed while moving money from an armored truck to an ATM. Unbeknownst to him, three robbers were hiding inside a white vehicle nearby, watching and waiting for the right moment to strike. As soon as the guard lifted the money bag, the suspects launched their attack, rushing him in a sudden violent burst. But the guard reacted even faster. In a split second, he darted behind a parked car, drew his weapon, and opened fire. The sound of gunshots echoed through the street, sending the would-be robbers scrambling in panic, their carefully planned ambush collapsing instantly. A bold attack, met with sharper instincts and a guard who refused to be caught off guard. Two thieves attempted to conceal their identities using improvised face coverings before breaking into a store. Believing their disguises would help them evade detection, they entered the establishment intending to steal merchandise and leave unnoticed. However, their plan quickly failed. Security cameras clearly captured both suspects during the break-in, allowing authorities to identify and locate them within a short time. The two men were later arrested,